Alright, so I just want to make this quick video with everything that's going on in this country and all over the world when it comes to race relations. But month being Gay Pride Month, I just wanted to share my story real briefly about the fact that just growing up, African American, of course, as you see, and as African American gay by man, that I wanted to just simply share my story that, on one hand, you're facing um, the whole issue when it comes to race, and then on the other hand, and the standards and the expectations and all the things that comes when society um, view you or what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be manly. You're supposed to be brave. You're supposed to be um, all of these things. And then on the other hand, when it comes to the whole being a member of the gay uh, community and how both of those clash. My story of coming out took place at the age of 14, completely by accident. Um, and I say that because at the time I was part of a mentor group program where they was where has been a member of it that it was preparing you for college as a whole basis of it. And so I was and, interacting with my mentor, and somewhere in between the letter was intercepted. And so the language that was used, I feel to this day, was not sexual. When you consider the 90s and the time period and how things were completely different from what they are today, I would say that. But long story short, it resulted in me not only getting my jaw broken, but it resulted in me being removed from the household, in the home, and away from family, away from friends, away from the program, all of those things. And so for many years, um, it took me to really just come to grasp with that and to come to terms with that, as many men and women who are a part of this community um, can relate. As African American, is very conservative when it comes to the church, when it comes to the conservative beliefs and foundations on one hand, and then how society view when it comes to being a member of that. And so for many years, I just really blamed myself, or just felt like I brought it upon myself, or there there was something that I could have done different. And I will say first and foremost that we we have to understand that, at least for me, that no one would knowingly choose or decide to be a part of anything that would not only cause them to lose family members, or cause them to lose loved ones, or cause them to be removed from their loved ones, first and foremost. And secondly, just been ostracized, been discriminated against, been um, hated, uh, on top of already been hated when it comes to the whole issue of your race, first and foremost. So I would like to put that out there. And so just coming to terms with that, because for many years I played with, and I like had the guilt, I had the shame, I had all of those things um, that you can imagine, on top of the emotional scars, because it just felt like, as you can imagine, the very same people that you loved, you you held to high esteems, and you had expectations that were supposed to protect you, turn against you. And those are the very same people that just pushed you out or whatever. So as you can imagine, that there would be emotional scars attached to that whole situation. And just learning how to, I had to forgive, I had to let go, and I had to, and still in the process of just learning how to love self. And I can say more than ever right now at this moment that I'm finally comfortable in the skin that I'm in, despite the fact that every day that I look in the mirror that I'm constantly reminded of that, because my jaw was wired, of course, and as a result, it eventually um, resulted in my gums been where it resulted in me losing teeth. Long story short, and so I'm constantly reminded of that almost every day that I look inside the mirror, and I can say that everything that I've gone through today has made me into the man that I am today, both good and bad. And so I'm at a stage, and at a period in my life where I'm still learning how to trust. I'm still learning how to fully love and to allow people in. But as you can imagine, those scars and it's a very traumatic issue for many. And so I wanted to make this video for those who's coming behind me and for those who can relate. And just know that God loves you, and know that He makes no mistakes. Because on the other hand, of just growing up, even after that situation happened, and just the guilt and the shame, and like feeling like it was something that you did, I now understand. Hurt people hurt, and and everyone has their story on why they do certain things. And so I made this video for me and telling my story, and I can say that on my journey that I've come to understand and accept the fact that I am who I am. And as the Bible tells us that God knows us before we even arrive here, and know that we all have a mission, we all have a purpose. And so He creates, and he makes all of us different for a reason. And with that being said, is that it's okay to give yourself permission to live. It's okay for you to be who you are. You know what I mean? So as you can imagine, that's feeling that need or the desire to wear all of these many different hats and things, whatever. But today, just know that it's okay for you to be and to love who you are. Period. So I say all the time, to their own self be true, and no one has that right to make you feel anything other than that. So love yourself, know that you are great, and step into your greatness. God bless, and I thank you for watching.